He apparently has a
Talk about new material.
rockin' new hour.
Right. Talk about something to talk about.
Do you have to get out of here? Because they said you got 2 hours. It's 5:10.
I do, because it's like a work night for me.
All right. Well,
and
wrap
my
this
first week
bad
back.
boy up. Tell people, when is it? When's the new season air?
Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah, the 17th of January. Same bat time, same bat channel, HBO, at 10 Eastern. And I guess you can figure out the other time zones from that. And we're going to go back at it again. Plenty to talk about.
Plenty to talk about, always. See?
Congratulations, by the way, on making this such a big stop and such an iconic place. You did good.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what the fuck happened. Just stumbled into it.
Will you do my show?
Sure.
Okay, I asked you before, and you were very squirrely
there's so
about
many
it.
people. They're all talking over each other for
They're
sound
not,
bites.
you know, I heard you say that once when you were
that's how I
laughing at
feel.
some guy doing a terrible impression of me, and it's a very
Kyle Kalinske? He does a great impression of you.
I didn't know who he was.
Have you ever seen the face swap version that he does of you? On Instagram?
No.
Oh,
I don't know what.
Find that before we leave. What's that? Did I say Kalinske? Sorry, Kyle.
No,
Kyle
we
Dunnigan.
don't have to look at this. I'm leaving.
It's amazing.
To you, it was amazing. It wasn't. I don't man. People have done me, and I can laugh at it. It's not that it was
He's
just
your face. He's got your face, and he's doing an impression of you. You've never seen this?
Did not. I saw what.
You're right. Just Clinton and 50 people. I don't know what he's doing with 50 people.
Having a party, baby.
Yeah. Speaking of parties, let's talk about your show. I read the review in USA Today, which is usually a pretty gentle publication. They don't try to offend everyone. What?
They kill me.
They kill you?
Kill me.
Did they say this? Did they say your show was the most vile program ever to air on a major network?
He wins.
Right.
You win.
How many saw Fear Factor? Because
45 million.
yeah, it got a rating of 45 million. Almost beat the game. And it said one is tempted to strap the star and the producers, that would be you, into a pit and cover them with rats as punishment.
Oh.
Now,
Tough room.
Well, first of all, this is coming from a critic. You know, and anybody's a critic is a critic because they have nothing to contribute. I mean, nobody sets out to become a critic.
As opposed to this show?
As opposed to being a comedian or being an actor or being anything else, being any sort of an artist.
Yeah, but we're talking about Fear Factor now, and if you're bringing up contributions to society...
It's entertainment. That show's entertaining.
Well, so is
That's
a
why
snuff
everybody
film.
watched it. No, I don't think a snuff film is entertaining, and everybody who did that show had a great time doing it. Every single person who did
Really?
it, they all loved it. They all had a lot of fun. Absolutely.
That's a bigger lie than
No,
$10
it's not a bigger lie.
seat.
No, it's not. It's not a lie.
Come
Everyone
on.
who did that show had a great time doing it. They all did it, and they willingly did it. And if they didn't want to do any of the stunts, they could have backed out at any time.
That's
It's
true.
all their own personal choice, and it was fun.
They get paid for that,
That's all
right? They
it
get
is.
paid, right?
If they won, they got $50,000. Every week, someone wins $50,000. If you don't win, you get nothing. But you take a
people go on the
chance.
Springer show and make a jerk of themselves, and they don't get
Right.
$50,000.
It's for fun, and everybody who did it had fun. Everybody keeps harping on this rat thing. So you lie and you're covered with rats. They don't do anything to you.
The woman was saying, they're biting me, they're biting
They
me.
nibble at you. They were very well fed.
Baby nibble. Baby nibble. Baby nibble.
Playing with them. They don't let you know. They were lab rats. I love animals. I was playing with them beforehand. Huh?
Did anyone bleed from
No, no one bled.
Someone is...
What a stupid question. It's just the idea of it is more scary than the actual thing. I mean,
Rats biting you?
animals. If they were kittens, would it be so horrible?
No, but rats aren't kittens. What do you mean?
They're just animals.
The scary thing is, the next show is going to be
They're
worse.
disgusting and vile.
We're graduating.
With
Media
three
is
seasons away from
graduating.
the Running Man.
Media is graduating from exploitation 101, sex, to exploitation, 201, Big Brother, all the other chain people together. So now we're in the junior year of exploitation, and eventually we'll graduate.
I'm not attacking you because I really believe what's going to get better. I mean, what makes us think anything's going to get better? I mean, 100. We had the Gladiators, and maybe 100 years from now, Fear Factor wins Best Picture Oscar. Who knows?
Look, it's just entertainment. That's all it is. Everyone taking the moral high ground on this and getting so excited about it. Exactly, which is to me far more disgusting.
Oh, it's very disgusting, but we start going down that road.
Much more. Look, Survivor smacks much more of exploitation. When you take people and you give them no food, they're forced to eat rice. They're forced to find their own food on an island. They have no out.
You have
people in Fear Factor out on every stunt. I bring them to every stunt. And I say, look, you don't have to do this. You don't want it. If they say, I don't want to get in the all right, I'm out. I'm done. They're done. They sleep in a hotel room and that's it.
But then you remind them that they're not going to get the money.
So what? You're not no one's going to get the money. The people at home aren't going to get the money either.
I mean, you said they have a good time. I don't think they have a good time. You're right, it is their choice. But it is all about people doing anything for fame and money.
But they won't
and
do
other
anything.
people watching it.
If it's exciting, if it's entertaining, people will watch. If it's not, it'll go away. Leave it up to the people.
Well, what if NBC contacted a mob hitman and said, you know what, we're going to follow you on your next hit?
If it's entertaining.
So that's...
Look, we're all going to die someday.
Mob figures have a much higher Q factor than other mob figures.
So that
we were
would be
talking about
okay.
the level of disgust with the show I just brought up earlier. Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? You get 50 women who are going to tramp.
Say horse. Say it. They're horse.
Yeah, they are.
They're horse. If it was Who Wants to Marry a Plumber, would any of them show up?
And we were disgusted by the viewers.
First of all, that guy was a plumber.
Well,
he was hardly a millionaire.
Right. Well, so they lied about that.
But the point is, these women did it. They sold themselves. This guy was willing to do it. The families were willing to do it. And viewers loved the program.
You know about the show called I Want a Divorce? It's a show that Fox is trying to put together where they have people who recently filed for divorce. They're going to have them compete for marital assets. I'm not lying. They don't even have prizes. You fight over your own. How about that?
Are you going to host the show?
I'm trying to host that show. I'm actively, if Fear Factor gets canceled, I'm trying to maneuver myself in a position.
When you have your stick to it.
The thing about Fear Factor as opposed to, a snuff film or whatever is no one was hurt and everyone enjoyed it. The people who did it had a great time. And everyone's harping on the rat thing, but there's a lot of other stunts like the vertical hanging car. There's a lot of other crazy wild stunts that are Hollywood-type stunts. And the people who did them, they were exciting. It was fun. And everyone who did the show, honestly, had a good time doing it.
I think the rat should have been the final thing instead of the car.
Well, no, because everyone would have done it. The
creative
decision. No, it has to be something at the time.
I got to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, Joe, excellent defense of the indefensible, but you keep saying no one could possibly get hurt, right?
Well, they could get bruised.
But if that's all that could happen, why is it called Fear Factor? Where's the fear if you can't get hurt? It's like
I'll strap you to a car. I'll put you 150 feet over a dam and pour water on the car. You have to climb out of the car onto the hood.
Anyway, the point...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. The point was... What was the point?
Point was there's not too many people talking over each other on your show.
Correct.
It feels like it is to me. It's very difficult to have a conversation when there's so many different people talking.
That's such a fundamental criticism of my show.
It's not your show. It's just that format. That's the size.
But that was. I think you're thinking of politically incorrect. Was that way?
No, I'm thinking of your show right now.
Well, I'm there every week.
Okay,
and I
you.
monitor it pretty closely. Of course, when you have a panel, which we do, there can be those moments, but we don't book that kind of person and that kind of show. It's not the old let's get them fighting thing. We don't want that. And honestly, the number of times when people have been shouting over each other and you can't hear them is very little.
It's not even that they're shouting over each other. It's that if you have a point and you want to talk about something, you got to let it roll
so that's
around
your hesitation.
inside your head. Yeah.
But you would be the mid-show guest to my left, and it would be a one-on-one. You know, I do a one-on-one twice in the show. Have you seen the show?
Yes.
Okay. In the middle of the show, I bring out more of a celebrity usually to my left, and we talk.
I watched the one where Sam Harris started going at it with Ben Affleck because of that. Sam was your one-on-one.
That's right. Okay, well, that's, you picked the one example where somebody, that's what you were talking about. I think he's seen one show.
No, I've seen several. I saw the one with
several.
Milo.
Oh.
I've seen Jordan Peterson. I've seen many,
several.
many shows.
We've done
Many
over
shows.
500.
When Hitchens
It's good.
went
I'm
after,
glad we,
come
I don't demand that anyone be a fan. I just like honesty.
one of my favorite
and now
ones
we're getting
was
to the
when
honesty.
Christopher Hitchens went after Mos Def.
Well, he's been dead for like 10 years. So once
watched
again,
that too.
we're establishing your knowledge of this show is very limited. So
I've watched a bunch of episodes.
I hope you don't have to watch any. I don't need you.
But I have.
I have lots of fans.
I'm not
I don't
say-
need one more. What I'm saying is I'd like you to do it because I think you'd be good and I like listening to you. And you'd be to my left, one-on-one. There would be nobody shouting over you because they wouldn't be involved.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have that problem. So will you do it?
Yes.
Great.
All right.
And then we'll work
Talk to
on
me
and-
anyway. Shit.
And then we'll